What's up guys, welcome to my studio here in Iceland. I am very excited because we have a brand new lens from DJI. This is the 75mm f1.8 for the DJI Inspire 3. This is the longest focal length in the DL lens series, and I've been fortunate enough to test this for many months now. I've had it in some pretty wild environments, from an expedition in East Greenland to the first moments of a new eruption. And my first thought is I am just mind blown at what this lens can offer. Taking a look at the lens itself, it comes in at 269 grams with the lens hood, and that means it's a little bigger and a little heavier than the other DL lenses. And DJI had to get creative on how they would balance it on the X9 Air camera on the Inspire 3. And the way they did this was by implementing a set of counterweights. There's one that lives on the back of the camera and one that lives on the main arm of the gimbal. In addition to that, you don't have to change the layout or get a new box for all of your lenses. It has its own little home in the case. The 75mm lens gives us more compression and parallax than we've ever had access to before. The image quality is something that I was eager to see because, this is a wide aperture lens. This is 1.8. That's a portrait style lens. This gives us more light than we've ever had before, allowing you to shoot in lower light conditions, utilizing also the dual native ISO of the Inspire 3 camera. This now gives you the ability to really create depth of field. If you're a little closer to your subject, you can create that separation. You're going to have to really make sure the focus is lining up because it is quite a thin focal plane at 1.8, especially the closer you get. But the parallax and the ability to really hone in on the subject, that is where this lens shines. Also, for me, filming nature, there are times where you are really limited on how close you can physically get the drone to the subject. If we take a waterfall, for example, I'm able to get the entire flow of water to fill the frame, an 8K frame, without the drone being in any risk of getting wet. If you push even further, where the drone kind of is getting to the closest part before it will get wet, you just have this mind-bending abstract shot that has not been possible on the Inspire drones before. It makes me feel like I want to go and shoot all the locations that I've shot in the past. I think I felt similar when the Inspire 3 actually came out. It is amazing that technology can be the drive to want to go back out into nature and explore places that you already know so well, but find totally new perspectives on them. The image quality itself is beautiful from left to right across the frame. I've done a lot of testing at 1.8. Because we're on a tighter focal length, there are less issues with things like vignette as opposed to the wider lenses. We are getting beautiful, crisp and clear imagery that is sharp all the way through the frame, even cropping in 2 times, minus some differences in perspective and parallax. This would mean you're shooting around 150 millimeters from the sky. That combination is so useful for storytelling because as someone who focuses on nature, I have a pursuit of creating dynamic sequences that move the viewer from wide perspectives into these tight abstracts to help really tell the story of nature. And the tighter that I can get, and likewise the wider that I can get, there is such a extreme visual change between those shots that it can really grab the audience's attention. And that is the goal, and this lens really allows me to unlock a new way of filming nature. Now, I was quite scared that such a long focal length would be prone to camera shake in windy conditions. I think this stems back to the Inspire 2 days with the 50mm lens. That combination quite often led to shaky shots. I do feel like the Inspire 3 solved a lot of those problems, and it really just isn't a thing that I think about anymore. You can just trust that this combination is going to work flawlessly like the other lenses in the set. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. It has been a blast testing this lens, and please subscribe to my channel if you want to see more from Iceland and the Arctic. And I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.